Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Thanks for joining me. I am back with a new layout for Altenew. I am participating in the February 2019 blog hop for their new release of their new scrapbook collection, Live Your Dream. And I'm just going to quickly show you the collection, and I will have links to everything posted in the description box below if you want to head to Altenew's site to check everything out in a little bit more detail. So I started with the wood buttons. Those are epoxy buttons. And then you also get a sheet of clear stickers, which are those floral stickers. There's also this black puffy alphabet set, and I absolutely love the font of that set. It's just gorgeous. And then you also get 16 pattern papers. So I'm just going to show you the front and back of 8 of them. You do get 2 of each of these. And they have this gorgeous watercolor effect to them. And I'm going to hold it up closer to the camera so you can see it in a little bit more detail. It just looks like everything was painted on there. And it's absolutely stunning. Those florals are just so gorgeous. So you can see that there's a wide variety of papers, including some ombre pattern papers where the color kind of fades. There's also these pattern papers with the bold colors on them, which is just so fun. You also get this polka dotted print, which would be great to use as a background. And then there's also this, it reminds me of a tile piece. And here are the cardstock die cuts. You get quite a few banners, hearts, there's sentiments, little journaling pieces, and then you also get a set of chipboard pieces. So they are gorgeous. Also, they have that same watercolor effect that you'll see consistently throughout the collection. This collection is absolutely gorgeous, and you'll want to make sure that you get your hands on it because there are just so many possibilities with it. For my first layout, I'm actually going to create a birthday layout, and I'm going to start with a white cardstock background. And I'm going to use this pattern paper that has these watercolor brush strokes on it. And I just want to use a few pieces from that pattern paper. So I actually just want to use the orange piece, the blue piece, and then the green piece. So I'm just going to start out by using my paper trimmer to trim those pieces apart. And my idea was to do some color blocking or tone on tone embellishing. So I'm just going through the die cuts and the chipboard pieces and just trying to find embellishments that match the pattern paper that I'm going to be using. And I am going to use 4 photos on my layout today, and they are printed rather small because I did want to use all 4 of them, but I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room to embellish. These are photos of my son taken on his 3rd birthday. We took him shopping for his birthday this year because my husband and I had just returned from a cruise. It was our first vacation that we went on, an adult vacation, since we had our son. So we returned home and thought we'll go take him out to eat and we'll take him shopping and let him pick out his toys. And I actually came across these photos and I was just amazed at how little he was. You can see in the pictures that he's not even as tall as the second shelf in Target. So it's just amazing to me how quickly I forget how little he once was. And it's kind of sad too how fast it goes by. But I did want to use all 4 photos because you can see the toys that he's looking at in the aisle, and then he's holding up some that he had purchased. So it really helps tell the story of what he liked and what he liked to play with when he was that age. So I just wanted to make sure that they were small enough that they would all fit on there. So as you can see, I am tearing those pattern paper pieces in half, and this layout is going to have a lot of layers, which is super fun. I haven't made a layout like this in a long time, and I really enjoy the tone on tone or the color blocking when creating layouts, especially if you're pressed for time. This is a great design to use. It's really simple to embellish. You just grab things of like colors and group them together. So this layout came together actually really, really fast, and I'm going to use lots of different types of embellishment. Some of them are chipboard, some of them are cardstock, and it just adds a lot of visual interest to the layout. So the layout's going to have similar embellishing in all of these clusters. So I'm going to have circles and a sentiment and a journaling spot. And I thought that I was going to include a heart in each one of those clusters, but there wasn't an orange heart included in the collection. But because this collection has such a great watercolor effect to it, and there's a lot of watercolor pieces in the collection, I thought that it would be simple enough for me just to paint my own heart. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just mixing together some watercolors to try to match the orange that I'm using on my layout. I also knew going into this layout that I was going to do some mixed media on the background, so that is why I placed clear gesso on the white cardstock at the very beginning of the video. I'm using the same watercolors and some packaging, just do the packaging technique on the background. And I'm just going to add it in a couple spots along each of the strips. So I'm going to add some orange and some green and some blue on the background along with some splatters. So while I'm getting this mixed media on the background, let me talk a little bit about this Live Your Dream blog hop that's happening. So there's a great group of creatives that are getting together, and we are all using this collection in lots of different ways. And I will have a link to my blog post in the description box below. You will want to make sure that you head there and check out all of the blogs. I have not seen any of their projects yet as I'm recording this voiceover, but I have seen the list of hoppers that are included in this blog hop, and they are all super, super talented people. So you definitely want to make sure that you check out the blog hop. Altenew also has a couple giveaways going, and all the information is in my blog post. Altenew is offering a $50 gift certificate if you leave a comment on their blogs, which I have all of the info and the links to that in my blog post. And then Altenew was also kind enough to offer for me to give away a $30 gift certificate. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway on my blog is to head to my blog and leave a comment on the blog post, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. But all of the details and information is included in the blog post. So please make sure that you head there so that way you can participate in the giveaways. Okay, so I just have the blue left to get on the background here, and I'm really being very casual about where I'm placing this watercolor because I know that a lot of it is going to get covered up with the layers and the embellishments that I'm going to be using. So I'm not overly worried if it looks really splotchy and really kind of messy right now, because once I bring everything back in, it's going to look a lot better. I'll also come in with just my paintbrush to add more color once I get the layers positioned on the background, just to make sure that you can see that color peeking out behind all of the layers and embellishments. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing the layers back onto this white cardstock just to make sure that the color that I have placed on the background is visible. And I am going to position a horizontal photo at the top portion of the layout, and then I will position another horizontal photo in the middle, and then I'll add those two vertical photos on the bottom. I'm going to fussy cut out this orange heart that I had painted, and I'm going to place it on the orange pattern paper. And the hearts end up not making it. I felt like it was getting a little too busy with the hearts and then all the other embellishments. So I end up pulling the hearts off the layout, but for the time being, you're going to see me kind of mess around with them and try to figure out how I want to place those. I just can't get enough of these colors in this collection. They are just absolutely gorgeous. They're so bright and vibrant, and they were perfect to use for a birthday layout. I absolutely love the sentiments. When I saw this collection and I saw the sentiments that were included, my mind immediately went to birthday. And I think a lot of it too is I am so over winter. I'm over the snow, I'm over the cold. And because I'm feeling that way, I am not really drawn to my winter products at the moment. I'm really wanting to move on to something really bright and fresh and vibrant and something that just reminds me of warmer weather. And that's exactly what this collection does, which is kind of ironic because my son's birthday is actually in January. So he's a winter baby, but I just loved the colors and thought they'd be perfect for a birthday layout, and they're just so much fun, which is what a birthday is all about, right? So you may have noticed that I did add some stitching to those layers of pattern paper, and I just did, again, I'm still doing that tone on tone, color on color type thing. So I used orange, green, and blue thread just to add a little bit of texture. I am going to leave the ends of the thread long. I like that it adds another texture and adds a little bit more color and just adds a little bit more, I'm not even sure what the word is that I'm looking for. It just really adds something extra to the layout. So I'm going to start working on adhering everything down, and I'm still coming in with some watercolor just on the brush and just adding that to the background where I feel like a little bit more color needs to be peeking out from behind the layers that I have on the layout. Off camera, I will add some journaling. I just used my computer and typed out a few lines, and then I will adhere a line to each cluster that I have on the layout. And I'm just going to add it right to that white piece of the pattern paper that's still left behind that I had used my edge distresser just to add some more texture. So here you can see it in the still shots. And I do want to encourage you to head back to my blog so that way you can hop along on the blog hop and you can also participate in the giveaways. I do have quite a few still shots here, but I will have photos on my blog also. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the products or the techniques that I used, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be back again soon with a new layout and process video. I hope you all have a great weekend.